Hi Geek fans, it's Louise here from Craft Geek Dioramas, and I've got a new diorama to show you. It has been a little while since I have posted anything onto my YouTube channel. With my new day job and stuff, it's been a little bit difficult to keep up with it all, but I'm hoping that I can try and update it a little bit more regularly for you guys. But this is a new piece that I've just finished. It isn't actually for the Hulkbuster figure that I have placed on there. It is actually a Pacific Rim theme diorama. But as usual, I don't have any appropriate figures to place on it. So this was sort of the nearest thing that I had to a kind of a figure that would be at all relevant. But I'll take him off in a moment and we can have a proper look. But like I say, it is for a Neca 6-inch Pacific Rim figure. Okay, so this piece is predominantly for display. And we came up with this idea about the destructed kind of city look, and I kind of thought that it would be nice to have a backdrop to the piece as well. Just to kind of finish it off really, and this is kind of the result of our ideas. The client wanted a sort of Hong Kong style battle zone destructed kind of city, and that's what we went for. It's not a scale that I'm usually comfortable working in, because I usually work in 1/12 or 1/6 scale, so working in such a small scale was challenging for me really, especially in the materials that I use, because I use obviously predominantly styrofoam and a little bit of balsa wood. I just found it was challenging, but I think, you know, for what the materials I have, I think I've done a fairly good job. Okay, so if we get into the piece, the actual size of the piece is around sort of 12 by 12 square, but the actual base isn't square. It's actually cut off at the back at an angle. So if I just show you what I mean, you can see there the kind of shape that we did the back. So it's slightly different shape, which I quite like. And I wanted to make a little bit of the water at the front here, the sea, because that's quite a big part of the movie as well. So I wanted to kind of incorporate that into the piece. So if we take Hulkbuster off, we can get a bit better view of the actual diorama. Okay, so I use different thicknesses of styrofoam for this. I use the 30mm thick styrofoam on the bigger pieces here, and I use my usual 10mm on some other pieces as well that are incorporated into the piece. The client wanted some sort of Hong Kong signs, Chinese signs in amongst the rubble. So here's some that I made, or printed off should I say, from good old Google. So I dotted them around the piece, sort of like neon signs. There's one down there, and there's one at the back there as well. So that looks quite good. And I used just lots of different bits in here to kind of make it look like rubble, and bits of tubing and stuff. And then what I did with the front bit here is I took my hot wire tool and cut out the bit at the front so we could place the water effect at the front. And the water effect is the usual that I used before, which is the clear silicone, and I painted it blue and green underneath, and then put the clear silicone on the top. So you made the effect with a lollipop stick, and when it was set I dry brushed it with some sort of creamy white to make the waves kind of stand out a little bit more. So I think that's it's quite effective. Okay, and really it's pretty straightforward, the piece, all in all. Sort of basic destruction rubble. The actual base, what I did was I put across like a sandy mixture, glued it all over to the base and let it set before I before I base coated it black. So that's why you get sort of that rough texture down there, and kind of made the buildings look like they were broken in half, and had some impact to them. Kind of made them look a little bit like some of the buildings you see in the background there on the print with the line work. So pretty good. And the actual back print here, it's the first time actually doing anything like this. I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is quite hard, but I've actually put some magnets on each side. Trying to focus here. Okay, so the actual back piece can come off and it will lay flat, and then you've got your, you could have it without anything on at all if you wanted to. It's really whatever you'd like to do with it. Maybe I get to see from the back part of it as well. Actually, you can see it a little bit more in detail with the backdrop off of it. So yeah, that's really the piece. Now I'm going to try and put this back on without... there we are, snaps into place there. This piece around. There we go. Clicks onto there. There we go. So that's my Pacific Rim piece that I've just finished. And hopefully we'll have some more pieces in the future to get up on my channel for you guys. But anyway, there we go. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.